Last night, Lance Lynn dominated the Tampa Bay Bats, allowing just 3 hits over 8 innings, with Texas taking game 1 of the series. Today, the Rays turn to their top pitching prospect, Brendan McKay, making his much-anticipated Major League debut at Tropicana Field. We welcome you to a late afternoon start of Rays baseball here at Tropicana Field. Brendan McKay, who was the Rays' first-round pick, 4th overall out of the 2017 draft, will be making his Major League debut. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dewayne Staats. Great to have you aboard. It's been tough sledding for the Rays as of recent, dropping last night's game 5-0, and they are happy and hoping for good things here out of the young left-hander.
Well, listen, everybody looking forward to this debut, the left-hander Brendan McKay, and I'm going to tell you something. When you see what he did down in the minor leagues between Montgomery and Durham, you're going to notice, first of all, the smooth mechanics. Very smooth mechanics. He hides the baseball well, good command of the fastball and the curveball, a cutter and change to go with it, and he was utterly dominant at the minor league level. That's why this promotion so well deserved. The key for him, though, here this afternoon will be to control his emotions early. But when you talk to people and you take a look at his confidence and his poise, you really don't anticipate that that's going to be an issue at all.
Well, that record of 6-0 split between stops at the AA level and the AAA level, 3-0 for Montgomery, 3-0 at Durham. And for more on the young left-hander, let's go down to Tricia Whitaker.
Hey there, Dewayne. Yeah, this will be the debut of Brendan McKay, and he's going to have about 15 family members here to watch him, his parents included. His parents were actually headed to Toledo to watch him play there, but Brendan called them and told them, you got to change your flight because I've been called up. So we're all excited to see Brendan's debut today, and he was asked many times yesterday if he felt like he was ready for the big leagues. His answer was always yes. But did it seem like a long wait or a pretty fast process for him to get up to the majors? We'll let him tell you.
I think it's a fair wait. I mean, I've moved progressively about the same time each time I've moved. I mean, you put yourself in a position to move and just force it upon the club to take that action and move you with your results that you put up.
All right, there's Brendan McKay getting ready for his debut with the Rays. Kevin Cash said we need him to go out there and have a vision like he's on a double or AAA mound because of what he was able to do down there. We'll see you back here in just a minute for first pitch.
Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By Advent Health. And by your local Toyota dealers. Rays and the Rangers in the middle game of this series after Texas won the first game last night 5-0. We'll see the young left-hander Brendan McKay make his debut. Rays sending Brendan McKay to the mound to square off against the Texas Rangers in the left-hander's Major League debut out of the University of Louisville. As a hitter and a pitcher, he's been pitching and DHing in the minor leagues this year for the Rays. Interest in strictly pitching here this afternoon. We'll take a look at the starting lineup presented by your local Ford dealer. Shin-Soo Choo is going to lead it off for Texas, followed by Delino DeShields. Elvis Andrews will hit third. He'll be followed by Nomar Mazara. Joey Gallo is the DH. Logan Forsythe, the former Ray, at first. Asdrubal Cabrera, another former Ray, at third base across the diamond. Danny Santana's at second, hitting eighth. Tim Fedorovich will do the catching and bat ninth.
Well, and for Brendan McKay, let's take a look at a scouting report on his arsenal brought to you by Auto Nation. And what you saw in that open video, fastball going to sit at 92 to 94, may go above that, 95 at times. Good carry on that pitch, very good command of that pitch to both sides of the plate. The same thing with the curveball, a downer curveball that he is able to locate. You saw the way he went against Stanton and Judge in that video, dropping that curveball on the outer half of the plate. And then he also has the cutter and a changeup. Very good mound presence, poised, confident young man, unflappable, doesn't get worked up, and that's why you think that this big moment for him, his biggest moment as a pro, he's going to handle it just fine. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's going to line up behind him here this afternoon. Brought to you by Golden Diamond. Source in that outfield left to right. We've got Meadows, Kiermaier, and Garcia. And across that infield third to first, Diaz, Adames, Wendell, and Choi with Darno behind the plate.
All set for baseball, and Brendan McKay in his major league debut. First pitch is fouled right back by Shin-Soo Choo. This game underway, and so is the major league career of Brendan McKay. We'll authenticate that baseball. Choo starts the afternoon hitting .285. And there's a fastball mid-90s and a bit wide, 1-1.
Well, the adrenaline is running high. We know that. I don't care how calm, cool, and collected you look inside. Different story.
Another heater, and it's fouled away.
Yeah, that's a good, firm mid-90s fastball. The other interesting thing about him is his setup. You couldn't move any closer to third base as a left-handed pitcher than Brendan is. Watch where the toe is when he goes to push off towards home plate. It's about as extreme as you can get.
And another foul ball by Choo.
You know, and when you go to an extreme angle like that, you think about the ride and carry that you can get with the four-seamer away from the right-hander. It's a little bit easier to go away from a lefty and in on a righty because you're already over on that side of the mound.
And a ground ball, big hop off the mound. And the throw to first, the Rays utilizing the shift. Adames takes care of Shin-Soo Choo. And that first out for McKay is in the major league scorebook.
Boy, and nice that it comes on the first batter that you face. You take a big sigh of relief, and now let's go play some baseball.
We'll face Delino DeShields. Comes into the game hitting .253. Rays and the Rangers each come in 46 and 36 on the year. There's a strike to DeShields. Rays and the Rangers sharing the top wild card spot right now. Pitch is popped up. Darno didn't see it immediately. Now locates it and makes an adjustment to make the catch. That foul pop, and off the bat, Darno had hands up, but he finally found it.
Yeah, and that's tough here. That's tough here with the roof. If you're not able to follow that ball immediately, it becomes even more difficult, but ends up putting it away. 2 up, 2 down.
So the bases are empty for the Texas shortstop, Elvis Andrus. He was on a couple times last night with a walk and a single. Senior member of this Texas ball club. And the lone holdover from their postseason and World Series days. Pitch is inside for a ball. This one is chopped off the facing of the Texas dugout. McKay, 23. Out of the University of Louisville. base out in front.
And that's that curveball, and you see the way that he's able to spin that pitch. That one right out over the heart of the plate. It just disappears. Has a little angle to it. Good depth.
And another ground ball. This one for Joey Wendell, and that will retire Texas in the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Brendan McKay. First for Brendan McKay. We go to the Rays half of the inning, and the lineup presented by your local Ford dealers. Austin Meadows will lead it off, followed by Kevin Kiermaier and Tommy Pham, with Ji-Man Choi in the fourth spot, hitting in front of Yandy Diaz. Joey Wendell hit sixth, followed by Abisail Garcia, Willie Adames, and Travis d'Arnaud.
And this lineup will be taking on right-hander Adrian Sampson, making his 18th start of the season. Record 6-4, picked up that 6th win his last time out against the Chicago White Sox. Went 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 91 pitches.
And now Austin Meadows. Texas putting the shift on for him. Andres on the first base side of second. First pitch is wide. Sampson, 27 years old. Two. Rays saw him at the end of last year in Texas and hung an L on him. There's a popper left side foul. Cabrera is after it, and that is going to be on top of the dugout. Out of play. And Sampson over there, off the mound right alongside Cabrera. And there's a souvenir. Already a great day here in the bottom of the first.
It was a nice play off of the angled netting coming off that dugout. Didn't take long. Now you could just sit back and relax.
The photo op is complete.
There it is, off that netting in the dugout. And how about that grab coming down the stairs and just spears it.
Bring your glove. Now 3-1 the count on Meadows. Another pop foul back. That's going to be out of play. And a full count. Sampson out of the state of Washington, the Issaquah area. And down and in, a cut and a miss. That pitch had some bite to it.
Back leg that slider, and that's what Sampson is going to go with. The fastball, the slider, and the changeup. And here it is, mid-80s, and just disappearing right to that left foot. Not overpowering with his velocity as we've seen so far here today. He's 90-91, the 2-seamer. 4-seamer, he can get it up to 93. He's got that slider and, of course, the change to go along with it. Relies upon command.
Kiermaier hitting second. Bounces this one foul. Nine home runs on the year for Kiermaier. It's 1-1. Sampson a bit home run prone in the 17 games, 10 starts. He's given up 14 home runs. Kiermaier fouls it away.
You know, there's not a lot of late movement on that fastball. Not a lot of sinking action. You get a little bit of run with it from time to time. And again, it's all about command. And if he's not commanding the fastball, he leaves it vulnerable to be hit.
Fastball missed upstairs. That squares the count.
About that, 6th highest in the American League with that slider.
And there's one taken for a ball, and the count is full. Back-to-back full counts. Tommy Pham on deck. And ball 4. It's wide. Kiermaier is aboard. 1 on, 1 out.
Well, let's take a look at that Ranger defense, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we have Shin-Soo Choo, Delino DeShields, and Nomar Mazara. And across the infield, third to first, as Drupal Cabrera, Elvis Andrus, Danny Santana, and Logan Forsythe, with Tim Fedorowicz behind the plate.
Well, now Tommy Pham. And he shoots one back into left field, but it's going to be caught by Shin-Soo Choo. That ball well struck, a line drive. And Choo only a few steps back to make the catch.
He was positioned very well for that line drive off the bat, and that's all you can do if you're Tommy Pham. Hit the baseball hard, and that's what you see right there. Matt Duffy, guys giving him some props. He ripped that ball out there, and Choo able to put it away.
G-Man Choi. Meyer back in at first base.
Think about the running game against Sampson. He's given up 1 stolen base in 3 attempts, and he does have 2 pickoffs.
And so he's done a pretty good job at shutting that down.
For sure, especially for a right-hander.
Choi fouls it out of play. Been a streaky season for Choi at the plate. Recently, the last 10 or 11 games, he's hitting under 140. In the 10 games prior to that, he was 14 for 29 in that stretch, almost 500. Time to get hot again.
He's due.
He's down in the count, out in front.
Well, when Choi's going good, he's very handsy, can be very handsy, can also drive the ball with a lot of power too, but he's able to fight, stay in some long at-bats, foul off some tough pitches, and just give himself a chance to get a mistake. That's what he was doing during that hot streak. How many balls down and away is he just kind of flipping away to stay alive and cashing in?
Shot foul into the screen.
And you wonder on those pitches like that, that was a fastball out over the heart of the plate. You saw where he hit it, almost as if he was anticipating that back foot slider, and ends up a little bit late on the heater, but enough to spoil it.
Back in goes Kiermaier. Well, Choi did have success against Sampson at the end of last season. A couple of hits and 3 at-bats, including a home run in that matchup in Texas. Behind in the count now, however, and is out on strikes. The slider biting down and then got him. On to the 2nd inning. No score. Our Toyota inside look. And Brendan McKay at Louisville, the Golden Spikes Award winner, ACC Player of the Year. And this year in the minor leagues, split between AA and AAA, 6-0 with a 1.22 ERA. And a perfect 1-2-3 to begin his major league career here this afternoon. Nomar Mazara is up here. Pitch is down to him. Mazzara had a couple of walks last night, scored twice, otherwise 0 for 2. And there's a fastball strike on that outside corner there at the knees. He'll take that pitch.
You're not going to be able to do much with it. 94 at the kneecaps, right on the outside corner, and I think that's what Mazzara was asking back there of Mike Estabrook. Are you sure that's a strike, and is that as far as you're going to go? If it is, not much you can do with it.
A little bit low with this one. Just a bit. 2-1.
That was our first little look at that cutter. Very short.
And to left field. Meadows back on the track, leaps, and he makes the catch. Had to make a last-second adjustment, a little tail on that line drive.
And that ball had more carry than Austin Meadows anticipated. That ball was well struck. You could hear it come off the bat loud. And then watch Austin Meadows, though. He stays open enough to be able to make that last-second adjustment, open those hips, and glove that baseball.
And a reminder right there where you can find Rays baseball. Joey Gallo. Gallo, the designated hitter. It's a strike. Well, the 4 outfield defense. Diaz moving from third to left field. It's upstairs, 1-1. Well, Gallo has established over the last year plus what kind of power he has and how dangerous he can be, and a little more of a complete hitter this year.
Think about the last 2 seasons. He's had 40 and 41 home runs, but he's hit 209, 206. This year, 279 with the average. It's interesting when you look at his batted ball profile and what the difference is, because you think, well, if the average goes up, probably using the whole field. He's pulling more than ever before on. You see right there the 279 average, but he's pulling this season more than he ever has in his career. But his line drive percentage, interestingly enough, has gone way up, and he's not missing on the line drives. He puts it on the line, it's going to fall in for a hit, and that's just the way that it's been.
Oh, full count. Well, the defense reflects that on the infield. He's certainly not going the other way. The Rays have vacated the left side of the infield. Adames, Wendell, and Choi on the right side with 4 outfielders. And there's a pop-up left side. McKay's after this one, and he's going to make the catch. In foul territory just outside the third base bag. McKay off the mound to make a nice grab.
Listen, a heads up on where the defense is. He knows that there is nobody over there. They don't have a soul, and he realizes, uh-oh, I better get over there. You saw that quick little peek, and then plenty of time to be able to go over there and make that play. There was the realization, uh-oh, I don't have a third baseman.
Yeah, that's true mound presence right there. Got over there to make that catch. You get a chance to retire Gallo. You do it. Now here's Logan Forsythe. Pitch is a strike.
Well, see, here's the thing, Dwayne. He's a two-way player. So he's allowed to make those plays. Even if there was a third baseman, he may have called him off.
2, Forsythe missing that pitch for strike 2. Yeah, that's another privilege that a two-way player would have.
Catch your own pop-up.
Yeah.
You're not going to get called off. Even the pop-up directly above the mound. I got it, guys.
Inside, 1-2.
Boy, as an amateur at Louisville, the hardware that he took home, well deserved. I mean, his numbers, outstanding pitching and hitting. Also playing in the infield over first base.
Yeah, and this year in the minor leagues for the Rays, he's been confined to DHing. They've set the schedule for him that way, pitching and DHing. Down to third, charged by Diaz. Throw to first in time. 6 up, 6 down for McKay. Bottom of inning 2 coming. No score. You can win big with the Rays Split the Pot raffle. For every home game, you can join the raffle from the comfort of your home by going to raysbaseball.com/splitthepot. Some restrictions apply. On to the bottom of the second inning. Yandy Diaz leads it off. He shoots it toward the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Diaz on his way to second with a 2-base hit.
Well, that's what makes him dangerous, when Yandy Diaz is willing to go the other way. So much strength, so much power. He lets that ball get into the zone, doesn't try to pull it, do too much, and just lasers it to the wall in right center.
Well, the 2-base hit. The Rays have an instant scoring opportunity and a chance to break out in front. We have discussed in the last few days how important it was for the Rays early in the year to break out in front, and they did that a lot. And during this difficult month of June, they have not been doing that. So here's an opportunity. Strike down on the corner, in to Wendell.
It's about putting together a string of quality at bats. You have the runner out there in scoring position, nobody out. It'd be great if Joey Wendell could get him in right here, but at least get him over. Good fundamental baseball.
1-1.
Joey Wendell's another guy. We talk about Yandy Diaz, and when you start to see him drive the ball the other way, you know he's in a good spot. Same thing with Joey Wendell. When you see him using the left side of the field, you know that Joey's feeling comfortable at the plate.
Turn, nothing doing back there, but ducking in just in case. Diaz. Slowly but surely making his way back. This one biting down and in puts him behind in the count. Wendell, over the last half dozen games, 8 out of 23. Hit safely in 5 of those 6. A couple of stints on the injured list. Fastball a bit tight right there. 2-2.
Sampson here trying to keep Joey Wendell from even being able to go the other way. A lot of stuff has been tight. That slider, back foot, that fastball in off the plate. Well, if you're Joey, you're thinking about just put the ball in play. Make the defense make a play.
And he works the count full. That's another thing about Wendell. He will see a lot of pitches up there. He can defeat pitches, work deep counts.
Get that leadoff, that old school leadoff hitter approach. And that's the way it looks like the Rays offense, their lineup, the way that they're going to have to approach Sampson is to be patient. I mean, be ready to hit for any mistake that's out over the plate early in the count, but you know that if he gets ahead of you, he's going to start dancing around that strike zone. And so your patience will be tested.
Fedorovich out there to spend some time with the 27-year-old right-hander. bill adjustment there.
I like it.
Ground ball. That's going to be fair. Off the mid of Forsythe. That's going to score Diaz. Wendell's going to dig for 2. Safe at second. Rays lead 1-0.
Well, you know what? It's Joey Wendell's ability to go the other way that gets him that base hit, because they can't play a true shift against him and cover the line. And so he hits this ball up the line. First baseman's close, not that close, and it gets by him right off the glove. Slows it down enough. Joey just trades places, and there's that early lead, Dewayne, that you were talking about. Rays have been so accustomed to.
And no reason to stop now with another man in scoring position and nobody out. Diaz and Wendell back-to-back doubles. Here's Abisail Garcia. Too low. The ball, no strikes. Two and 0. That will be chopped foul toward the coaching box. The Rays score first. Adrian Sampson making his first appearance at Tropicana Field after the Rays took that aforementioned loss on him in Arlington last September. The turn there. Wendell bluffed a little start and stopped back at second, so he has the attention of Sampson.
And really, with nobody out, Joey Wendell is not going anywhere. We saw him do the same thing with Yandy Diaz out there, second base with nobody out. Maybe paying a little bit too much attention to the base runners and not enough to make it quality pitches.
Well, he wants his catcher to go through the signs again, and Garcia, tired of waiting in the batter's box, he steps out.
Listen, as much as you want your pitcher out there in good rhythm, a hitter wants to stay in good rhythm too and not be stuck in the box stale.
It's a nice takedown. 3-1. Wendell has doubled home the first run of the game. Garcia trying to snap it 0 for 17. And lifts it deep to right. Great carry and gone. That will snap it. And the Rays lead 3-0. Home run of the year for Garcia.
He's just too strong, Dewayne. Too strong. He got a hanger. Sampson tries to make the adjustment on the slider and bring it more into the zone, and it ends up hanging. And you think he knew it?
Get rid of the bat. Begin the trot. Rays put 3 up. Here's Willie Adames. Shoots it foul. So the blast to right center off the bat of Abisail Garcia. Now, the Rays this year, when scoring first, have gone 31-10. That's how important it is for this club to get out in front early. Ground ball third. Cabrera making a long throw, and it's there in time to get Adames. So that's the first out here in this inning.
You know, Dewayne, that early lead and what it allows the Rays to do, or what it had allowed them to do, especially early in the season, is you get the early lead, all of a sudden the pitching starts to settle in. We know that the Rays, with the lead, will play a little bit more loose, a little bit more aggressive, so you can expand that lead. And this feels like old times. You got Brendan McKay, who has locked himself in here in the early going, looking good out on the mound. That offense putting together some good ABs.
Travis d'Arnaud lines it, and it skips to the left of Andrus into left center. d'Arnaud, after that first pitch, has a base hit.
No, that's the thing. You've got to be ready to hit, because Sampson is not going to blow you away, and his command is not elite. And so be ready to go for any mistake out over the plate. If he does get ahead of you, then you've got to be patient with him, because he's going to work around the fringes of the zone. But d'Arnaud all over that first pitch fastball. And keep it going.
Rays got a run on the double by Wendell, 2 more on the homer by Garcia. First home run for Abisail Garcia since the 4th of June, when he got number 11 against the Tigers in Detroit. Here's the top of the order, Austin Meadows. After the first pitch, and he skies it towards short right center. Lazara is there to make the catch. Had enough time to cover a lot of ground on that high pop fly. Two away with d'Arnaud at first. It's going to be Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier walked in the first inning. And a high shot that's going to be well foul. Deep down the right side. Great distance, but well foul. 9 home runs for Kiermaier. His 9th came in the series against the Twins 3 days ago. Hit one off Jake Odorizzi. The ball he hit then was, I think, 415, something like that.
Straightaway center.
A little close there. 1-1. Foul off the screen and into the Texas dugout. Broke up their conversation along the railing.
Guys on the field, pay attention. Well, I'll tell you what, the way the balls come off the bat nowadays, you better be paying attention.
Yeah, everywhere in the ballpark. I mean, really everywhere. The ball's never been hotter off the bat. Piece of it foul.
Well, that's why the more teams that you hear about thinking about or going ahead and being proactive and extending that netting all the way down the lines.
Yep.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
It makes all the sense in the world to do that. You get home runs into the outfield too hot to handle. Hopper third base side. Cabrera into foul territory, racing over. Well, that would have been a great effort. Great effort anyway, but what a catch that would have been out of his reach as he went sliding toward the sidewall. Now Former Rays on the corners of this infield for Texas. Cabrera playing third, Forsythe at first.
How about Asdrubal Cabrera? I mean, this guy just will not shut it down. He's been playing forever.
And he's in double figures in home runs.
He brings that level of versatility. Handle the bat, play all over the infield.
Swing and a miss. Well, Kiermaier's out on strikes. The Rays are out in the second, but it's a good inning. They scored 3 times. Double by Wendell driving in a run, and Garcia with a 2-run blast. We got to the third inning with the Rays holding a 3-0 lead. Brendan McKay, the 23-year-old lefty on the hill for the Rays, making his major league debut. 6 up, 6 down, and he faces Asdrubal Cabrera to lead off the third for Texas. Cabrera from the right side, switch hitting infielder. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch down. Two and 0. Santana next, and then the catcher Fedorovich. Fouled away, 2-1. In the minor leagues this year, there's a souvenir. McKay has been limited to 84, 85 pitches in his outings. I think 85 he got to once. It's a swing and a miss. 2-2. Last time out with Durham, 5 innings there and 84 pitches that time.
And that's been about the norm. He's been 5 innings just about every time out. Been dominant. The numbers speak for themselves.
It's a foul ball off Mike Estabrook. And quickly Darno turning to make sure Estabrook was all right. Boy, these catchers have great sympathy for those umpires when they take a foul ball off the body or off the mask.
Those two are right in the line of fire. Get beat up pretty good over the course of a long season.
Takes a look, holds up, and the count is full. McKay went 3-2 with Joey Gallo in the second and got him on a pop foul that he caught just outside third. This one is lined foul. Out of play. Well, another souvenir.
Very charitable young man.
Fouled back, so the count full here against Cabrera. Kevin Cash has to like what he's seen so far.
I love the repeatable delivery.
Into center field. Kiermaier will go back and he'll make the catch. Little leap as he got to the track.
Did the feet get in? Did the feet stay in? That's what we need to know. Replay review is a heck of a catch.
Did he keep the feet in bounds? There it is. Shot out there by Cabrera. Perfectly placed. Just head back.
Oh, I think out. I don't think that's going to count.
I think he got part of the track.
Yep.
It's always fun to watch him play center field.
Ball of energy. And not afraid to put a little exclamation point on some plays.
Danny Santana. Pitch is down.
Yeah, I think that when you look at Brendan McKay here through the first couple of innings and the tape that we've seen on him, the first thing that jumps out at you is the delivery itself. It's very simple, it's very linear, it is repeatable. And that's what allows him to command his pitches as well as he does.
Yeah, that translates into a consistent delivery and a consistent product that he produces here.
Does not waste effort, doesn't waste a whole lot of time. And like I said, I mean, there's a slight turn, the leg comes straight up, and he is driving towards home plate.
This one popped up by Santana, short right. Who's going to get this one? Garcia comes in from right field. Boy, Wendell busting it to get out there, and here comes Garcia to Wendell's left. And Choi out there just for good measure. Got a little crowded, but Garcia, the tallest of all three of them, got there.
No, it's not the tallest, Dwayne. We've said this before. When it gets crowded, it's the biggest. The biggest guy makes the catch, and that's Garcia. Look at everybody cowers out of the way as the 6'4", 250-pound right fielder barrels in and makes that catch. And yes, it doesn't hurt that he is taller than them, and he's also much more stout.
And he moves.
He does.
That's the other thing. You get that mass moving. You know, there's a physics problem in there somewhere
that leads to a lot of damage that whatever it runs into on the other end.
That's right. Want to know the count here? Inside, Fedorovich, Tim Fedorovich, the catcher out of University of North Carolina. Spent a little time with Houston and Cincinnati last year, and some time in the minor leagues as well. And he's quickly ahead of McKay, 3-0. McKay has retired the first 8 to face him. And throws a strike in there at 93.
Well, trying to work his way all the way back here and put an end to this inning.
Well, we're back full.
I tell you, and he's starting to find that range with the fastball away. And that's the one thing that he's been trying to find here in the early going. It's been hit or miss. He's been very good in on the righties and away to the lefties. When you start to find the range on that pitch away, and there's no stopping it.
Ground ball third, tough hop, bobbled by Diaz, but he has time, and it's picked by Choi. Nice job on the receiving end to get the catcher Fedorovich going down the line, and it's a 1-2-3 third. Here it is again. A little bobble, up and out, and scooped. Get the most flex for your buck with the Rays Flex Pack. Save up to 60% off the single game ticket price when you get 5 lower level tickets for just $75. No blackout dates on great matchups all season, including games with the Yankees, Red Sox, and all the major league opponents. Visit RaysBaseball.com/flex for more info. Tommy Pham to lead off here in the bottom of the third. Rays got to Sampson for 3 in the second inning. Pham with a 1-strike count. Will be strike 2. Stays up. Now 2-2.
Well, now you got to believe this is where he's going to go with that slider down and away.
And it's foul, the slider. Foul the other way.
You thought that maybe he was going to do it after that fastball up. He decides to then try to come in, and all but assuring he's going to go with it after after that pitch. We'll see if he doubles up on it.
And just a little piece of it again. Same thing.
Yeah, those are frustrating swings and foul tips by hitters. If you're a pitcher, you make a good pitch down and away and you feel like you got him. I got him committed. There's no way he's going to be able to do anything with that, and it's spoiled by Pham just to stay alive.
And oh, he tried to check. He's out on strikes, says Mike Estabrook.
And he was definitive with that call. It looked pretty close from up here. Let's take a look.
Estabrook's right on it.
He was, and quickly.
It's a man who enjoys his job and enjoys being right in that situation.
Yeah. Well, usually, I mean, you would certainly hope when a guy's that definitive, and he called it immediately. So he saw something that was definitive to him.
Ji-Man Choi.
Maybe he's the guy back in New York on the replay review when we get those quick ones.
That's got to be him.
Got to be him.
Yeah, he's decisive. You like that?
I do. You do like that.
Ground ball, sharply hit. Forsythe back of first. Will make the play unassisted. Yeah, Estabrook. There's a Florida background. Went to high school, Madison, Florida. Been a full-time member of the Major League crew since 2014. Broke in, making his debut in '06. He's feeling good about that strike to Pham, and he was right. There was a pitch right down at the bottom of the zone, a strike called on Diaz.
Well, you would assume that at times that umpires get into a good rhythm or get into a zone.
Yeah.
Won't miss anything.
How about these two calls? And they were both right. One just barely at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and that one just barely missed. That's a ball. So Estabrook right on. 2-1. He's in the zone.
He is in the zone. and Sampson with the last two pitches has not been.
Yeah.
And so this sets up Yandy Diaz now here for a chance to drive a baseball. Already with the double here today.
3-1 now.
And this is where you've got to be patient as a hitter. Now you hope for that mistake out over. You remember this was the count where he threw that slider up to Avisail Garcia and he put it in the seats.
And a strike on that outside part of the plate.
Don't question it.
Diaz trying to draw the walk right there.
Now everybody's got to sell it. Diaz is trying to sell it. That ball's up and away. I'm going to take my base.
And a ground ball up the middle. He'll get that base on that one. A single into center. He's 2 for 2.
Got enough of it. Middle of that field was open, and we don't see that very often anymore. And he gets that full count slider and able to just poke it through.
Two-out base hit. It's going to get Joey Wendell to the plate. Well, Diaz 2 for 2. He came in nothing of his last 11 since getting back active. 2 for 2 today, though. And now Wendell looks at strike one.
And where were both hits put into play? Right center, up the middle. And that's where you start to feel like Yandy Diaz is settling into a comfort zone at the plate.
Takes it the other way, foul, looping it back into the seats behind third. Wendell with the double and an RBI his first time. Sits safely in 6 of the last 7 games. to Chopper. Going to be charged by Santana. Play it first in time to get Wendell. Rays pick up a hit, leave a man. We go to the fourth, 3-0.
Well, as we head into the top of the fourth inning here at Tropicana Field, the Rays lead the Rangers 3-0. And today's jackpot brought to you by the Florida Lottery, and it's a pitch selection breakout here of Brendan McKay. And I'll tell you, I've been impressed with all of them. Don't get me wrong, but that cutter is some kind of weapon. I'm going to tell you, it helps out that fastball so much, and that curveball, the way that he's able to use that away to the lefties, into the righties.
And the first pitch to Shin-Soo Choo, hit on the ground to first.
It just opens everything up. I mean, that fastball's got good ride and carry to it. He throws it firm, and we've seen it up to 95 and 93 to 95. It's going to sit. Curveball, good down action, get some depth with it. But that cutter is a subtle little weapon. He throws it hard, 88, 89, 90 miles an hour. It's not that big, but boy, is it effective.
Well, he started his second time through the lineup. Here's DeShields. And that's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Well, the fastball upper part of the zone is fouled back. Well, he started DeShields with a pitch that started a little bit off the plate, broke just to the corner.
It was curveball. And that's the thing too that we've noticed with him, is he can locate the curveball, use that pitch on the outer half against right-handed hitters. Most guys are just happy to get that in the zone. Give me depth and let me spin it and see where it takes me. And we've seen him have the ability to say, I'm going to pick a side of the plate that I want to throw that pitch to and drop it right there.
Fly ball the other way. That's caught by Garcia.
And Dewayne, this is that cutter that we're talking about. This was the Logan Forsythe. It's a ground ball to third base. And very subtle, just on the side of the baseball, the subtle cutting action in. This is at 89 miles an hour, but look what it does. Logan Forsythe thinks that he's on that fastball middle in, except it's a cutter, and it takes that ball right to the label of the bat, and it becomes a weak ground ball to the infield. And that's going to be a huge pitch for him.
Elvis Andrus. And he drops this one over for a strike.
Now you just start dropping in first pitch curveballs to steal the count in your favor.
He's done that twice now to the three hitters in this inning. Oh, look out, a shot up the middle, and right there is Wendell, positioned perfectly to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down, 12 straight, 3-0 Rays.
Welcome back to Tropicana Field, where the Rays lead the Rangers 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. All right, I am joined by a couple very special guests, Bruce and Kim McKay. They are the parents of Brendan McKay, who is making his big league debut today. And you guys have watched him in a lot of high-pressure situations, but I would imagine this one tops them all. What are your emotions watching your son debut today?
His travel baseball coach always said, the bigger the stage, the better Brendan played. And so this is the biggest stage there is for him to play on. And this is his dream since he was a little kid, to go to College World Series and to be here.
Mom, what about you?
It's been sort of surreal. I've had my moments, teary, excited, nervous. But it's what he's been dreaming for, so it's all great.
He FaceTimed you guys and let you know that he was being called up. What was your reaction in that moment?
Yay.
We were excited.
We were excited for him. He was excited. He actually was smiling on the FaceTime, which not always you get. If you know Brendan, you don't get a lot of emotion out of him, but he was happy.
And he worked his way up in the minors rather quickly. He was only in AAA for about a month before he got called up. How impressed have you been with his perseverance in the minors to make his way up here?
It's just, this is what he wants. He's worked hard for it, and he made it.
Mom.
he's a hard worker, and you know, the bigger the stage, the better he does. So I think it just all led to this. That's the culmination.
All right, Bruce and Kim, thanks so much for joining us. Brandon's got about 15 people in this section watching him. He's got so many friends and family members here, guys, so it's a great debut for Brendan McKay. Let's send it back to you, Dewayne and BA.
Yeah, he has not disappointed by any stretch. I'll tell you, it has been a very impressive first outing and major league debut for Brendan McKay. And, you know, not easy for those parents, proud parents, but still, what a moment for them.
Can't even imagine. No. Cannot even imagine. And like Mom said, the range of emotion, sometimes teary, always proud, excited. I mean, what a day for the whole family.
Here's Adames sending a high fly ball right center. That's DeShield making the catch. So Garcia went out to right to Mazzara. Now Adames out to center. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeah, it's great to see that that emotion and a quick visit there with Mom and Dad.
It is because you wonder what they're feeling. You wonder what the thoughts that they're having. I thought it was interesting that Dad said, look, if you know Brendan, you know you don't get that emotion an awful lot. He was actually smiling on the FaceTime, but I'm going to tell you what, that serves him well out there on the mound. He's got great presence, the demeanor, level-headed. I mean, you can see that he is not going to get all bent out of shape about anything, and he has that unflappable mound presence. And I'll tell you, that is so important. All the stuff that he's going to be faced with, the things whirling by him, tough situations, runners on base. And he just has that straightforward, linear mentality that will serve him well.
Travis d'Arnaud up here. He went after the first pitch in the 2nd inning and singled and was ready to go after the first pitch here. Now the count's 1-1. Chops it foul. 1-2. Well, the Rays broke out on top with a 3-run 2nd inning, reminiscent of the baseball they were playing earlier this year. Two and two. Well, the formula has worked so far today. And a foul tip strikeout into the mitt of Fedorovich. 3 up, 3 down. We're on to the 5th. 3-0. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. It's a kids Sunday demo. Doug Wechter will break down Nomar Mazzara. Mazzara's going to lead off the 5th. A little ice cream break there. That's not a bad idea.
No. Hey, listen.
Anytime's a good time for an ice cream break.
And summertime in Florida.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better.
5th inning of the ball game. Perfect time for it. So it's a 6th and 7th and 8th. Mazzara hit one to the warning track in left, caught by Meadows his first time. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. Harry Carey once said, how can they make it so cheap and it tastes so good? And I think he was talking about ice cream. Well, maybe not.
Probably. He could have been talking about a number of things.
That's right. The 1-1. There's a strike.
Mazzara getting ready to try and dive out across the plate. You'll remember the first at bat, McKay stayed exclusively away from him. Pitch him in, keep him honest.
And he fouls it the other way, taking the fastball there. You see right there, 55 pitches for McKay. And as we noted earlier, his high pitch count this year, 85. It was back in the middle of May when he was pitching for the Montgomery Biscuits. Reached 84 pitches in a game with the Durham Bulls. Lifted into left. Meadows coming in, and he's there to make the grab. Ruzara again takes it the other way. Meadows had to go back on the first one coming in here, and one out in inning number 5.
You know, the other thing that we're seeing here this afternoon is Brendan McKay putting together some advanced level sequencing. The way that he's pitching these hitters now the second time through the lineup. Jammed Mazzara right there. Again, we talked about the first at bat. He was away from him. Now all of a sudden you crowd him in. You keep these guys guessing. You're working both sides of the plate. One step ahead of the hitters.
Boy, Gallo. And he flinches a little bit on that curveball. Strike one.
Got just enough break there and get it to the top of the zone, but you'll take anything that you can get. And now expand from there because Joey Gallo wants to swing the bat, and he's got a big vicious cut.
And he takes a big vicious cut. 0-2. The Rays vacate the left side, put 4 men in the outfield.
Any pop up over here, Brendan, that's yours.
Upstairs, 95 up out of the zone. And a cut and a miss. Fastball to finish him. The 2 gone here in the 5th inning. It's 14 in a row to start this game, and that's his first strikeout today.
Just overpowers him with the fastball right there, upper third, 94 miles an hour, zips it in there and gets it just above that uppercut swing of Joey Gallo.
Logan Forsythe is the hitter. Fastball too high. Brendan McKay making his major league debut. 23-year-old left-hander. And that's in there for a strike.
Remember, Logan was the guy that he ended the AB with that cutter right in on his hands. And so he's obviously well aware of being finished with that pitch.
Oh, 2.
A good curveball there too. That's the thing. The pitches have been sharp. The location has been excellent.
Two outs, bases empty. And a Tampa foul.
Well, now you say to yourself, if he's able to go down and foul that pitch off, it depends on what, who knows what the direction the scouting report will go here, but you've got an opportunity to take that 94-95 right to the top of the zone and beat him up top. That's exactly what Darno just called for.
And he lays off up there.
Now that's what ticks you off. You get on the same page with your catcher. That's the right pitch in that spot. But it's just a bit high, and you do not get the chase. Now you go back to the drawing board.
Two. And he got him on the inside corner.
It's ridiculous.
Call third strike in on the fastball. That's 15 up and 15 down, and the debut for Brendan McKay. Time for the Chevy Prospect Spotlight. Wander Franco, the 18-year-old, in his first 4 games at Charlotte, 9 of 15 with 2 home runs. And as we mentioned the other night, selected to play in the MLB All-Star Futures game, which is just around the corner on the 7th of July.
He's pushing to go to the Futures game as a member of the Montgomery Biscuits, the way that he's playing at
Yes.
Port Charlotte. Man.
Austin Meadows leads off the bottom of the 5th. Takes a strike. Austin 0 for 2. The strikeout and a fly ball to right. Infield shift is on. One man on the left side. And there's a fly ball toward the line in left. Shoe making the catch. Meadows out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th. How good a day has it been for Brendan McKay?
Well, I'm going to sum it up in that at bat against Logan Forsythe. And at some point, we're going to go back and take a look at that sequence of pitches. But he worked Logan Forsythe, a very accomplished, established hitter in the big leagues. He saw a pitch in just about every spot of the strike zone and beyond you could. And just a remarkable sequence of pitches there by the young lefty.
Kevin Kiermaier takes a pitch low.
That's why when you mentioned the first strikeout, I had no idea. I've been having too much fun just watching him work around the strike zone. I mean, he is fun to watch.
Well, he has been that for sure. I mean, what an opening to his career in the major leagues. Through the first 5 innings of this game, he has been spot on.
He is showing that ability to be able to marry stuff with pitchability, and that is a rarity anymore. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of stuff that really don't know how to pitch. He's got stuff, and you're seeing the pitchability. You're seeing sequencing. You're seeing him command all of his pitches all over the strike zone.
Well, there's so much emphasis on power pitching, high velocity now, at the expense of what we're seeing here today. And to see the combination of it in this young man, really impressive.
Agreed.
Now 1-2 to Kevin Kiermaier. And he is out on strikes for the 2nd time today.
Well, here's that sequence we were talking about to Logan Forsythe. Remember, he closed him out with the cutter in his first at bat. Okay, up and away, ball 1. Right there on the corner. No diving out across the plate. Good curveball. Fouled up with another one. Oh, he fouled that off. How? Let's go up. Oh, he took that fine. How about in now? Boom. I mean, he just marched his way all across the strike zone. Up and down, up and down, up and down, and then closed him out in. That I'm telling you, that is impressive.
That's one of those sequences you'd like to have on your phone to carry around with you, and you're sitting somewhere trying to figure out something, you just pop that up and look at that. It makes you feel good.
Think about all the different areas he made Forsythe look in one at bat. Up and away, ball, down and away, strike. Curveball, middle down, strike. Curveball down and in, fouled off. Fastball middle up, taken. Fastball in, corner. I mean, may have to fit Logan for some glasses after that. Those eyes were busy.
2-2 count now on Tommy Pham with the bases empty and 2 outs. Oh, strike 3 right at the bottom of the zone. 3 up, 3 down go the Rays, and we're headed into the 6th. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Brendan McKay, making his major league debut through 5 innings, has made 66 pitches, and you just could not be any better than he has been. The Rays giving him some support, a double in the 2nd by Joey Wendell driving in Yandy Diaz, and Abisail Garcia connecting for a home run to right center, connecting off Adrian Sampson, and it's 3-0 as this game rolls into the 6th. Asdrubal Cabrera leads it off against Brendan McKay. The pitch is a little bit outside. 5 innings and a couple strikeouts. They came in the last 2 hitters in the 5th, Gallo and Forsythe. Gets in there 3 times this year. McKay has pitched as many as 6 innings. All of that came at the AA level with Montgomery. Fly ball into right. Garcia will go back and make the catch on that one. 16 up and 16 down for Brendan McKay in his major league debut. And again, his high pitch count this year, that also came with Montgomery at 85 pitches. And he is about to make his 70th pitch of the day here with Danny Santana taking it for a strike. Well, you talk about quality strikes, one right after another from McKay today.
You draw the line all the way back to the delivery. The delivery allows him the freedom to work all of his pitches all around the zone.
That's a soft liner, going to fall for a base hit, a couple hops in front of Garcia, and Santana has the first hit and becomes the first base runner allowed. And Brendan McKay is going to get a nice hand from this crowd here, and well he should. What they have witnessed has been a superb job of pitching, and when you put on top of it, and there's Dad, when you put on top of all that, it's his major league debut. Wow.
That sums it up.
So 1 on 1 out now in the 6th. Tim Fedorovich, the catcher. And there's a bunt pushed back toward the mound, bobbled, picked up and delivered to Choi. McKay to Choi, with Santana moving up to second.
Well, you'd take that all day long, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You got the opposition down by 3. It's getting late. A sac bunt to get you to 2 outs. I think actually Fedorovich was looking to push that past him, maybe try to steal a base hit. Didn't hit it hard enough. And McKay's able to make the play on it. But you saw him try to jab at that ball. I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Instead of trying to catch the ball with the bat, trying to deaden it, which you might otherwise do if you're out there pushing it, trying to get it by the pitcher.
There was nobody out there at second base. No one could have even made a play on him. But works out in Ray's favor.
Pitch upstairs, a fastball to Shin-Soo Choo. It's grounded out twice, once to short. That was Adames on the first base side of second to start this game. And a ground ball to first in the 4th. 2-0. So the first base runner, Santana, now in scoring position. Swung on and missed. 2-1.
We talked about the cutter in on the righties. There it was, away to the lefties. I mean, it's short. It's hard. It's. I'll tell you.
What a great 2-0 pitch.
Well, because 2-0, what are you going to give him? A fastball? I am going to give you a fastball. A version of it.
Yeah. And then here's the fastball up.
Now I have you a little unsure. So I beat you up with the fastball. Now he's got a lot he could do. He could go a fastball above that. He could go back to that cutter away. He could go with the breaking ball. If he was feeling good with the curveball, he's got some options.
Two. And the count's full.
It's the first time you've really seen him come out of his delivery. One time he tried to jump on that heater and really drive it away.
So 3-2 with a man at second, 2 outs in the 6th. Did he go? Oh, he did not on the appeal. That's Paul Immel down at third.
You're not getting a strike call out of Paul.
That's been established over the last 24 hours.
And you could have.
Yep. Dad was looking for a strike.
If it's close, it's going to go ball.
So now, a visit to the mound. Kyle Snyder will go out and spend some time. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Chance Rowe up in the bullpen. Pitch count at 78. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Tropicana Field. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem special check-in offers, and access exclusive content and a lot more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Delino DeShields stepping in. He's fouled out to Darno and lifted a fly ball into right, caught by Garcia. Swing and a miss. Fastball top of the zone. Strike one. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Okay, retired the first 16. And that's a Rays record to start a major league career. Jeremy Hellickson retired 10 to begin his major league career. And now DeShields is out on strikes. Could not check. He's out of there to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Bottom of the 6th coming, 3-0 Rays. Three nothing Rays lead. We move into the bottom of inning 6 in the middle game of this series between the Rays and the Rangers. Adrian Sampson, the hurler out there for Texas. G-Man Choi rolls one foul outside of first. Sampson with 80 pitches through the first 5, beginning the 6th, and ahead of Choi, a strike. Bites down and in.
Yeah, we've been talking an awful lot here this afternoon about Brendan McKay, and for good reason. But Adrian Sampson, outside of a 3-hitter span in the 2nd inning, has thrown the ball well too. Very efficient.
And now he's in front of Choi.
You had Yandy Diaz, right center field double. Joey Wendell doubled up the line. The homer by Garcia. Outside of that, he has been very, very good. Kept his team hanging around.
This is away, taken at off speed. 2-2.
Yeah, the 3-1 hanging slider to Avisail Garcia.
And the count will go full.
This is where you start to think about getting greedy. Get yourself a base runner, start to put something together for some add-on runs.
Well, that could be a start. Leadoff walk. Choi had been behind in the count. Works the walk. Time now for T-Mobile's connection to the game. Well, Tampa native Pete Alonso, 28 home runs this season, tying Mark McGwire for most home runs by a rookie before July 1st. And he will participate in the home run derby. Well, what a start. Yandy Diaz. 1 ball, no strikes.
Dewayne, speaking of the home run, read something here today that right now 13 of the 30 major league teams are on pace to set franchise records for homers. It's almost half the league.
How about that?
It's almost half the league.
Yeah. And guys who used to hit 30 or 40 home runs used to be a big deal. It's not so big now.
No.
If all the projections work out.
Yeah. It's pretty astounding that the way the ball is flying out of the yard, and we're just getting into that hot season, starts to heat up. The ball flies a little bit more.
Fly ball down the right side. That's into foul territory and out of play. 1-1. You know, it's interesting to look back on those, and we mentioned Alonso and those numbers, and he's already attaching his name to Mark McGwire. When you think about what McGwire did, he was the forerunner for all of this. The year he hit 70 home runs in 1998. He struck out 155 times and walked 162 times.
That's a walk a game.
That's 317 plate appearances when nothing happened. It was a strikeout or a walk. That's 317 plate appearances. And that's been the trend right up until this day. 2-1 to count on Yandy Diaz. Bullpen action. It's Fairbanks. Pete Fairbanks, he was up in the bullpen last night. Did not get into the game. He scored those 3 that you mentioned in the second inning. Have not had any base runners in scoring position since then. Diaz takes it inside. Now a 3-1 count. Up to 90 pitches. And now a little visit. Fedorovich goes to the hill. Sampson made 91 pitches his last time out. When he picked up a win over the White Sox, he gave up a run in 7 innings. His high pitch count on the year is 109. And that was a win over the Oakland Athletics. Representing one complete game he has this year. Now the count is full. This leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. First time the Rays have put the leadoff man on since the double by Diaz in the 2nd that eventually led to the 3-run inning. We'll count to Yandy right here. Choi's on the move, and the pitch chopped toward third, charged by Cabrera. Throw to first, out the call. The scoop made over there by Forsythe. Choi moves into second, and the Rays on the phone to the video room to see what kind of info they can come up with.
Well, it was a heck of a job by Cabrera to even make this a play. And let's see if the throw was strong enough. Yeah, I think it was. Wow, they just did get him. Heck of a play. Watch the ball get into the glove. The foot's on its way down to the bag. Yep. Still staying in touch with the corner of that bag. That's close too. Must have had extra long spikes.
So 1 out. That moves Choi up to second. He has retired for the first time today. Now Joey Wendell. Pitch inside.
Hey Dewayne, we have a final in the Yankee Red Sox game in London.
Yeah, it's a football score, isn't it?
It's and it's, I mean, it was, that game started at 1, so 4 hours, almost 5 hour, 9-inning game. Not too bad. 30 combined runs.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the first inning took an hour. 6 runs in the top of the first for the Yankees. Boston tied them up in the bottom half. 6 in the bottom.
Yep.
In fact, I think both starters, Porcello and Tanaka,
They were gone.
didn't get out of the first.
That's right. It's biting down and in. It's 1-2. I think the center field, the distance to center was, I think, 385.
Yep.
Yeah.
385, and it was interesting when they gave the dimensions of the stadium. Over 44,000 square feet of foul territory.
More than in Oakland. We talked about that in the last road trip. How much foul territory there is in Oakland, and there was even more than that in the ballpark in London.
Anyway, the Yankees won that game 17-13. And here's the big story. We just went through it. Final out, Aroldis Chapman. Nice little play there by Gregorius to Glaber. Over to first base. Double play. That will end it. Finally.
The offensive force in that game, LeMahieu. 4 for 6 and 5 runs batted in.
Free agent signing of the year.
Yep. Absolutely. Ground ball back to the mound, grabbed by Sampson. Sharply hit, and Wendell is out. Pitcher first. 2 gone. And on Statcast AI, powered by AWS. Abisail Garcia connecting for his 12th home run of the year. We take you back to the second inning.
Don't hang it. Off the bat at 107 miles an hour, 27 degrees of launch angle.
We'll get the job done.
Yes, it will. Each and every time. That was interesting too. Some more tidbits about that series, that 2-game series in London. I guess all of the turf for the field was brought in from France to build that field. All of the dirt was shipped from the United States to build the field.
Really?
How about that?
Bit of a cleanup operation.
Yeah. I mean, they got it ready. All for 2 games.
Wow. Yeah.
Quite the undertaking. They had a time lapse of them actually building the field. Pretty interesting.
We'll strike the count on Garcia. And they've got another one to go.
They do. You know what? We'll be able to watch it tomorrow morning as we prep for our game. I think it's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Well, I was going to say kickoff, but I think they're going to actually go pitch.
Broken bat ground ball for Alessandres, who throws out Abisail Garcia. On to the 7th, 3-0 Rays.
Well, we head into the top of the 7th inning here at Tropicana Field. The Rays leading the Rangers 3-0. Brendan McKay's afternoon is over, and what a debut it was. He was absolutely as sharp as you can be from pitch number 1. Some
Help there from his defense, get that first one out of the way. Pop-ups, we saw him working really good, really advanced sequences all around the strike zone. That was a nice play out there in center field by Kevin Kiermaier. And then he would go to work, rack up a couple of strikeouts, get another one there on Delino DeShields, and he would finish off his day. That one hit given up, a little bloop out into right field, one walk, no runs most importantly, 3 strikeouts, did all of that on 81 pitches, the height of efficiency.
Colin Poche on the hill now to begin the 7th inning. Elvis Andrus will lead off for Texas, then Mazzara and Gallo. A couple of left-handed bats to follow. And there's a strike. Andrus is grounded to second base and is lined to the second baseman. Popped up and carries foul out of play. 0-2. Three 5-0 for the Rays today, and 0-1-0 for Texas. Look out, base hit up the middle on an 0-2 pitch. Right back by the mound, and Andrus is aboard.
Well, we know that Colin Poche likes the fastball. He gets good carry on that pitch, and it's tough for these hitters to get on top of. But Elvis Andrus, the veteran, that's exactly what he did there. Shortened his swing, got on top of it, and the leadoff hit.
Poche coming off working an inning and a third Thursday in that 18-inning game in Minnesota. Gave up no runs, no hits. Picked up a couple strikeouts in that one, and now he faces the left-handed bat of Nomar Mazzara. His fastball way up. Mazzara against McKay, lined to left. Hit one to the warning track out there, and then popped into short left in the 5th inning. Fouls a fastball. It's 1-1. Well, Texas comes into this game with a season high 6-game winning streak. Won 7 of their last 8. Rays and the Rangers have identical records. It's fouled back. Texas for the first time this year 10 games over 500. So the Rays and the Rangers share that top spot in the wild card race. Chris Woodward in his first year as the manager. Don Wakamatsu just to his left, the bench coach there. And the lob over to first. Andrus back in.
Colin Poche on that move to first almost caught his toe, or did catch his toe as he was stepping towards first base. That could have been disastrous.
Now 2-2.
Here's that move to first, and foot comes down. See how it went
man.
right into the ground. I guess that's one way to deceive the runner.
Yeah, just do that all the time. But no, that's my move.
You might get hurt doing it.
goes 3-2 with Mazzara. Andrus with the leadoff base hit. Now Mazzara a full count. Gallo on deck, the DH. Brendan McKay, brilliant in his major league debut, 6 innings, one-hit baseball, and a swing and a miss. Poche, and the Rays get a big strikeout there. They needed that.
You're not kidding. Get that first out of the way and go to work. How about this, Dwayne? How about our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game? Guess what it's going to be? Huh? That's right. Brendan McKay fielding his position. No third baseman in the picture. So he goes over there. He realizes about there. And then makes a beeline and puts it away. Like a true two-way player.
Showing great range.
You're right. A lot of range. Good agility. Hop off the mound.
Gallo pitches upper reaches of the zone for a called strike. Nothing in 2. Gallo last year had a strikeout rate of 38%, which for a position player was the highest rate since 1919. Now 1-2. He's hitting a few more line drives and has the average up.
He does. When he connects on a line drive, it's falling in safely at a pretty good clip. But you would expect that
knocking
too.
a defender down.
Yeah, either one. I mean, he does not get cheated in his swings. That's what he's known for.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
You think that Nomar Mazzara, though, gives him a hard time? Like, as big as you swing and as many home runs as you hit, I still have the farthest.
Yeah, 505.
505 in their home ballpark.
And a big cut and a miss. Gallo out on strikes for the 2nd time in this game. Back-to-back strikeouts of Mazzara and Gallo for Poche.
93, and you see how far underneath that pitch the swing was, trying to lift it and get out of here, and that's a pretty good distance there, you know.
Just a little extra carry there.
Yeah, well, and that's what he gets. Poche gets really good carry. He's got very good extension.
Logan Forsythe takes the pitch inside.
You know, he's another guy that does a good job of hiding the baseball. You know, that hand comes out of the glove, and where he doesn't hide it behind his leg like Jalen Beeks does, it's behind the leg, but he good extension all the way down by the ankle, but he keeps it directly behind his body. So you combine that deception with the extension, the carry on the heater, that's where the effectiveness comes in.
Now 1-1.
And that's why he's not afraid to attack with the fastball time and time and time again. Every hitter knows it. I mean, how many breaking balls have we seen here? Have we? Maybe.
Not this time.
Right. It's just one heater after the other. So everybody knows what's coming.
Fastball again. Reading is 93. Forsythe behind 1-2.
And again, that, you know, the swing underneath that baseball by a substantial margin, where you're talking about a big league hitter swinging at a fastball to miss it by that much.
That's why it was actually very impressive what Elvis Andrus did with 2 strikes. He shortened that swing a little bit and was able to get on top of that fastball, lined it right back up the middle. You don't see that often against Poche. He's got to really either miss his spot and end up with the fastball down in the zone that you run into, or a hitter has to make a pretty substantial adjustment, and Andrus was able to do that. A little cleaner there on the move to first. No toe stub.
Yeah, he's given up that move.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah. 2 outs for the runner. Elvis Andrus at first. A 1-2 count on Forsythe. Runner takes off and the pitch is fouled straight back. That's going to be out of play. And we've read and talked with people about the extra carry a guy like Poche gets, and where a hitter tracks a pitch, and when he decides he's going to swing and he's anticipating almost unconsciously that the trajectory of the ball will diminish a little bit, but it doesn't. And so you wind up swinging under that pitch, as we've seen on a couple of 93-mile-per-hour fastballs. Used to always hear talk about seeing the baseball at the point of contact, which I think most people feel is impossible to do, because that decision is made well out in front.
Yeah.
So the idea that you're going to see the ball off the bat, it's hard to fathom.
Stop. Just stop. I mean, please. That ball comes out of the hand and you're making a decision, I mean, shortly thereafter. You don't have time to wait and see. Just stop.
Makes for good stories.
Well, of course it does.
But that's the whole point, that you don't see it, and that's why guys like Poche, who get that extra carry, can get the ball by a guy at 93. Because that decision is made well out in front. And a swing and a miss. He got him on 92 right there. Strikes out the side. We're going to go into the bottom of inning 7. 7th inning stretch time. Rays 3, Texas nothing. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. And taking their 7th inning stretch here at Tropicana Field. Rays with a 3-0 lead. Same 2 clubs tomorrow. Rays and the Texas Rangers. Texas the first team in on this 10-game homestand. Adrian Sampson has finished his day, and Pete Fairbanks takes over on the mound.
Well, has appeared in 6 games, 7 2/3 innings, does have 12 strikeouts. Opponent average of 179. We'll be going up against Adames, Darno, and around to the top of the order with Austin Meadows.
And Sampson worked 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs on 99 pitches. Sampson's first pitch, or Fairbanks' first pitch in relief of Sampson, is a strike. Sampson walked 2, struck out 7.
We're a little 2 hours into this ball game. And how about for Adrian Sampson? His outing came down to about a 3 or 4 minute span.
Yep.
Double homer. That's it.
Diaz, Wendell, and Garcia.
2nd inning. He settled in nicely after that. Kept the Rays hitters off balance. Did a nice job overall. Just has been outpitched so far by the Rays.
That ball is a foul ball. A barehanded pickup there. Adames was ready to take another base when that ball skipped by first. But that ball at the last moment there just kicked foul, and Cabrera, what's his barehand pickup?
You got to play it through, and right there is where it headed foul, clearly. But you never know.
Yep. And Adames was ready to be standing on second with nobody out. So he comes back to the plate with an 0-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes. Fairbanks summoned from the AAA club in Nashville earlier this month. That's a shot into right center field. Pretty good carry on this one. Out of here. Home run for Willie Adames. Willie's 10th home run of the year makes it 4-0. And how about that? Willie Adames just delivered a souvenir to maybe the president of his fan club.
What a day. Well, for both of them, really. I'll tell you what, that baseball was punked. I mean, this thing is drilled.
That's better than standing on second base. It's a home run to right center. Darno up here now, 1-0.
Was the ball given to her, or did she track it down? Because that would be even more impressive.
Here's a fly ball center field off the bat of Darno. That ball is gone. Darno to center.
Stopwatch on Darno around the bases right there. That was Matt Williams-esque.
Well, the Rays go back to back. Adames and Darno. Here's Meadows, and the fastball is a strike at 98. Number 5 for Darno. One and one.
I told you.
The Rays got a little bit of a cushion now, leading 5-0.
You know, I really don't want the Statcast on the home run hit by Darno. I want to see the Statcast on his time around the bases. That was one of the quicker home runs. Well, I don't even know if you call it a trot. It was a little bit more than a trot.
Kind of a sprint.
It was. He was yogging quickly around the bases.
Meadows, did he go? Yes, he did, says plate umpire Mike Estabrook, and that's the first out of the inning.
Boy, full extension and tons of carry. See you later.
Fifth time the Rays have gone back-to-back in the home run department. Last time it was Kevin Kiermaier and Adames. Here's Kiermaier bouncing one foul. Today it was Adames and Darno. Kiermaier now down 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. So the 10th home run for Adames and his first at Tropicana Field this year.
That's right. The Road Warrior.
Yep.
And that started last night. What, double?
Yep. Doubled his last time up.
There you go. Maybe starting to turn it up a little bit here at home. Well, that would be great.
Oh, strike 3 called. Kiermaier parting word, thinking maybe that pitch was down. He's caught looking. So a couple strikeouts following the back-to-back home runs from Adames and d'Arnaud.
Well, full extension on that four-seamer. Uh-oh, look at this. Asking you shall receive, Dewayne. Home to home, 1855 on a homer. That's pretty good.
Well, the major league average is 22.39. So he's well ahead of the average.
Yep. That was definitely a yog.
I mean, d'Arnaud way above average there.
It's a soft J. I believe it's a soft J.
1-1 to count to Tommy Pham.
Whatever you're talking about, it worked.
He said, hey, forget about the swing. What about the race around the bases? Start with your hands here and your swing. You get a better break away from the plate.
Get rid of the bat, you know, in a nice little fashion. Little bat flip.
2-2 on Pham. Well, there you go. Rays with a little breathing room now, leading 5-0.
They're probably actually talking about splitting firewood in the offseason.
And now Pham is out on strikes on the slider. And the Rays come up with 2 back-to-back home runs by Adames and d'Arnaud. And through 5, the Rays, through 7, the Rays lead 5-0.
Add-on runs are so important, and that's why these home runs are our Coors Light refreshing finish. Willie Adames getting one out there deep into right center field. That yeah, right to his #1 fan. And then how about Travis d'Arnaud? He follows that up and says here, how about dead central? 18.55 around the bases. Couple little fist pumps right there. An exchanging of the helmet, and gives the Rays a 5-run lead now as we head into the 8th inning.
Rays have had 3 home runs. Adames and d'Arnaud back-to-back, and in the 8th, it's going to be Asdrubal Cabrera to lead off against Oliver Drake. 1 inning for Poche, and now Drake makes his 15th appearance. No wins, no losses for Oliver Drake. Camper foul, 1-1. And McKay, 6 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts and a walk. Poche, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks. And here's Oliver Drake, 1-1 on Cabrera. 1-2. Rays have now out-hit Texas 7-2. 2-2 count. Sael Garcia hit his 12th home run in the 2nd. Thomas and Darno back to back in the 7th inning. Number 10 for Willie and number 5 for Travis Darno. Darno hit that ball out of here to center field, and when Cabrera walked to the plate before he began this at bat, he paid tribute to Darno. He touched his bicep.
I think he's looking for a little transfer.
A little bit of that strength to center field.
And I'm sure that Travis very politely turned him down, told him to get in the box.
So I'll race you around the bases and beat you.
You know what? I'd probably I'd back you up on that.
Yep. 3-2 now to Cabrera. Hot shot up the right field line. That's going to one hop to the wall. Garcia after it on his way to second. Cabrera with a double. So Cabrera picking up his 12th double of the year. I don't know, maybe some of that did rub off that power. That snaps an 0 for 21 for Cabrera.
He definitely got into that hanging split and popped it down into the corner. I'll tell you that some of these baseballs, when they're hit solidly, that sound unmistakable that it's fine safe turf.
Danny Santana leaning back from the pitch. Ball 1. It's only the second time in this game Texas has placed a man into scoring position. Cut and a miss. 1-1. Ball left side. Scoop by Adames. Throw to first. Cabrera goes to third. Santana first out in the 8th inning. Rays have an exclusive offer for fans next week when they play host to the Orioles. Fans can get tickets to the games Monday through Wednesday for just $2. Plus all fans in attendance can enjoy $2 fountain drinks and peanuts. So be a part of the action for just $2. Visit RaysBaseball.com/specials. That's for the Baltimore series Monday through Wednesday. Tim Fedorovich. Want to know the pitch block, rolling just a few feet away from Darno. K6, Boucher 1, and now Drake. Drake pitched 2 innings Thursday in the 18-inning game in Minneapolis. This one to the backstop, and down the line to score is Cabrera. That ball hit the base of the stands and stayed there. No carom. And Darno had to go after it, and the wild pitch will put Texas on the board.
Looked like a split that just stayed up. You know, as a catcher, you're anticipating the off speed in the dirt. You're not anticipating the off speed over your head. That's what happened there.
The 2-0. Drake misses down. 5-1 ball game now. Drake touch for the run. Three and one. And a walk. There was the second walk issued by Rays pitching today. And a phone call being made by Kevin Cash, bringing down to the bullpen.
Hey, Dewayne, I've got some other news for you here. Games around the league.
Yes, sir.
We are now 13 innings into our Cleveland Indian Baltimore Orioles series. They had a 9-inning game last night. They're in the 4th here this afternoon. So through those 13 innings, the cumulative score is Cleveland 0 and the Baltimore Orioles 20.
Wow.
Up 7 again. They won 13-0 last night. They're up 7-0 in the 4th here this afternoon.
How about that?
How about that? What has gotten into the O's?
Baltimore has what, a 6-run 4th inning going. Well, the Orioles will be here in the middle of this homestand.
That's right. Finish up with the Rangers tomorrow. Orioles come in, and then the big series with the Yankees to close it out before the break. First things first, let's get the Drake back on the right path here. Get out of this 8th inning.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate. Pitch is too low. Cabrera opened with a double, was moved over to third on a ground ball and scored on a wild pitch. Rovich has walked. Adam Kolarek is up in the bullpen. Now a strike. 1-1. Crowd of 16,655 here with this one between the Rays and the Rangers. Bunt attempt, and it's foul. Choo twice has grounded out. He walked in the 6th inning. Again, a toss over there. I mean, not as if Rovich is going anywhere. It's foul. Out of play, and the count is still 1-2. The Rays and the Rangers, we mentioned earlier in the telecast, with identical records, 46 and 36. And the Rays against teams under 500 have done what they're supposed to do, 21-8. But against teams at 500 or better, they're 3 under 500. That's fouled back.
And I think everybody is aware, if you want to be the team that you believe that you can be and that you are, then that's got to change. And you're going to be forced to
have to play a lot of division games with the Yankees and the Red Sox and find a way to win those games.
Now, right now, inside the East, the Rays are 15-14.
Yeah. And then you look and see what the Yankees have done inside the East, and that's why they have the lead they do.
Rays against the Central 14-10, 8-8 against the West, and 9-4 in interleague play.
I like that one.
A little more like it. It's inside, 2-2. Five, 7-0 for the Rays today. Run 3 hits, no errors for Texas. Again over to first. I mean, if DeShields is at first, that's one thing. Fedorovich flattered right now.
With a 4-run deficit, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fly ball lifted into short left. Meadows is there. 2 outs with Fedorovich still at first. Hitter will be Delino DeShields.
Number 3,
Shields has fouled out, hit a fly ball to right, and has struck out. Upstairs with that first pitch fastball. Ground ball through the open right side. Fedorovich advances to second. DeShields is aboard. A run in with 2 men on, and Elvis Andrus will be the hitter here in the 8th inning. Well, enough of this. Drake here against Andrus, trying to end the top of the 8th right here. And to check on the bullpen situation, Kolarek has been up, and Kevin Cash putting in another call down there. Upstairs, and Jose Alvarado back active, and we're going to see some action from him in the bullpen for the first time since he's been back. That's a strike. That one dropped in just as Andrus had given up on it. Dropped in. How about that with men on base?
And slow the game down. Put together a good at bat. Find some open room. That right side pretty much wide open.
Andrus takes that one, and that's a strike, and he's not happy over that call.
Yeah, and you don't blame him on that one. And he's right. That ball running up and in and clearly out of the zone.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. up again, and he started to go but checked. Now 2-2. It's been a battling inning here for Drake to try to get through it. Cabrera started with the double. Walk, a single in the inning. The outs came on a ground ball and a fly ball. 2-2 and a fly ball lifted into center. Catchable for Kiermaier. The top of the 8th is over. 1 run, 2 left. 5-1 Rays. Toyota game summary: 5-7-0 for the Rays, 1-4-0 for Texas. Brendan McKay making his major league debut was brilliant. 6 innings of 1-hit baseball. He walked 1, struck out 3, 81 pitches. And boy, what a start to his major league career, retiring the first 16 men he faced. We go to the Rays half of the 8th. Locke St. John, 26-year-old lefty out of Pell City, Alabama, and he'll give you a little different look, particularly if you're a left-handed hitter. G-Man Choi takes that first pitch as Locke drops down and throws a strike. Oh, 2.
Well, for Locke, it's all about creating angles. Comes from that sidearm, sweeps the breaking ball, can run the fastball up or down in the zone, run it away from the left-handed hitter. And the thing is, too, being kind of a specialist type pitcher, you're only going to see him once.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, he was originally a 32nd round draft pick by the Tigers out of the University of South Alabama. Two balls, 2 strikes. He realized he was going to have to come up with something to stick around in pro baseball. And remember Alex Claudio?
Oh, yeah.
Whom the Rangers had. He saw him, watched him on television, and thought maybe he should try that. And this is his own version of Claudio.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you can do it, absolutely. I remember thinking that my whole career, because there would be times that I would occasionally go sidearm like that, and you know, on a tough lefty, whatever it may be. And I thought, you know, at the end of the day, when the career starts to flag as a starter, yeah, maybe I become that guy out of the bullpen as a lefty, and then my elbow decided to stop working.
Yeah, but that notwithstanding, a couple of years ago, Buck Showalter's trying to talk you into halfway being serious about that.
That was a long time ago.
He would have taken a little shot at that.
Oh, he absolutely would have.
Yeah, let you drop down, a lefty.
He was, didn't he, for a time there, they were experimenting with Mark Hendrickson. Dropping down,
yeah, now that's a big drop down.
That's absurdity. I mean, what is it? He's a center in the NBA.
Yeah.
I think he was a center in the NBA.
Yeah.
And now you're going to drop down. Imagine the angles that he could create.
Yeah.
When they say that it looks like the pitch is coming from behind you, it really would have been at his height.
Yeah. Might have been the Rays' tallest pitcher. Lazara in right field. 2 gone. Every home run hit by Brandon Lau. In the Rays Baseball Foundation, donate $100 each to the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay. For more information on Brandon Lau's Home Runs for Hope campaign, visit raysbaseball.com/community. And there's Joey Wendell, who drove in the first run of the game with a double back in the second inning. And really the bottom part of the Rays order really started to get things working today. In fact, the top 4 in the Rays lineup today 0 for 14 with 10 strikeouts. The bottom 5, however, check this out, 7 of 16 with 3 home runs.
Well, this is what we talk about when the Rays lineup, they're scoring runs. It's because there are no dead spots and you're getting contributions from up and down the lineup. So, okay, if you're going to rely on your top 4 alone, bad day. But guess what? As we just saw, 5 through 9, you're never counting on one group of guys to carry you offensively. Everybody chipping in.
3-1 now on Wendell. Here it is. Production heavy from the middle of the order on down. Full count on Wendell. Wendell with a run batted in. Garcia has 2. Adames 1. d'Arnaud 1. Bottom 3, Garcia, Adames, and d'Arnaud each hitting home runs today. Wendell against the left-hander draws the walk. That will get Garcia to the plate. Home run for Avisail Garcia came in the second inning, capped a 3-run inning against the starter Adrian Sampson. Wendell drawing the attention of St. John. Let's go back to the second inning and that Garcia home run.
That slider stayed up and out over the plate. Avisail Garcia, a strong man, launches that ball out to right. That would give the Rays a 3-0 lead.
It's a strike. Well, the Rays and the Rangers wrapping up the series tomorrow. Our coverage will begin at 12:30, and Blake Snell on the hill for the Rays against Jesse Chavez. Pre-game coverage 12:30 leading up to the first pitch. And now Garcia down in the count. There's Blake Snell on the mound tomorrow. Runner takes off. Pitch is fouled. Rays after their 47th win, coming into this game after last night's loss, tied for the top wild card spot with Texas. And that one missed a bit inside. Well, the Rays trying to get back to where they score first, and they did that today. The offense striking early, and then not much after that until later in the game. And it was the lower part of the order delivering back-to-back home runs. 2-2 to Garcia. Garcia's out on strikes. The Rays are finished in the 8th. They leave a man, and we're going into the 9th. Jose Alvarado walks toward the mound. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by Auto Nation. Shop now at AutoNation.com. By your local Ford dealers and by your local Honda dealer. We go to the 9th with the Rays holding the lead over the Texas Rangers. It's a 5-1 ball game. Jose Alvarado back in the Rays bullpen, and he's been called upon to face Nomar Mazara, Joey Gallo, and then Logan Forsythe. Alvarado has not been in a game and has been away from the club. His last appearance for the Rays was on the first day of June. So it's been really the entire month for all practical purposes.
They're interested in seeing how sharp he will be. Pretty good start right there.
98 in the zone for a strike. Mazara 0 for 3, a couple of outs to left, to strike out his last time. And that's 99 and just off the corner, says Mike Estabrook. Pretty close pitch right there. Foul ball or ground ball right back to the mound, and it's picked up and lobbed to first by Alvarado. A little comebacker there with a little English on it, it appeared. Coming up on Rays Live, post-game presented by W.B. Mason. Rich and Doug anchor the coverage from left field. We'll hear from Kevin Cash in the manager's press conference. Tricia will provide interviews from the clubhouse.
How about Avisail Garcia going through all of his notes out there in right field? Thought you had a little cheat sheet. He had like 3 or 4 of them.
See if that back pocket is big enough. Joey Gallo. Pitch is down. Alvarado just reinstated from the restricted list yesterday. Now pitch in and off the mitten of Darno, catching a part of Estabrook. 2-0. Alvarado had been on the family medical emergency list, transferred to the restricted list, dealing with matters in Venezuela. Been working out and getting some throwing in at Port Charlotte in recent week. That's a strike on the corner out there. 2-1. Down, and it's 2-2.
And how about the late movement on that? And that's what Alvarado is famous for. He's got a big fastball. Now watch the two-seamer and the sinking action at that kind of velocity. Not the norm.
To 3-2. Logan Forsythe, the on-deck man. Hot shot. That's going to be a base hit. Back toward the corner. Gallo's going to head for two, and he lines himself a double.
Well, we have already established if Joey Gallo hits a line drive, it's going to be for at least a base hit. This time for 2 bags. Full count, sells out for the fastball, gets it, gets around it.
Well, now a man in scoring position with 1 out. Forsythe, the hitter. Forsythe 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts. First pitch, 98 in there for strike 1. Into the dirt. This one's going to skip to the backstop. Over to third goes Gallo. Wild pitch unleashed. Second by Rays pitching in this game, each in the last 2 innings.
We tried to overthrow a fastball there. Did get it to triple digits, but right into the ground.
A 1-1 count. The double by Gallo and the move up to third on the wild pitch. The right side, that will be foul and out of play. Brendan McKay was very, very good in his major league debut. 6 innings of 1 hit, no run baseball. 3 strikeouts and a walk. O'Shea worked an inning. Drake worked an inning. Drake charged with a run. Now Alvarado trying to end it with a man at third and 1 out in the 9th. It's low. Block. And it's 2-2.
This. I mean, you could have called that.
Yep. Two. Ground ball into the glove of Adames. His throw to first with the run scoring. Forsythe is out, driving in a run. And the Rays in that situation gladly exchange the run for the out. Bases will be empty with 2 gone now. 31st run batted in for Forsythe.
Number 14, Asdrubal Cabrera.
So a 5-2 game with Asdrubal Cabrera stepping in. Cabrera scored the first Texas run. That came in the 8th. The pitch is a ball. Rays opened the scoring with 3 runs in the 2nd inning. They added a couple runs in the 7th. And now 5-2. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, even when you had the big lead, it still doesn't come easy. There's a strike. 98 around the knees, 2-1.
There's something about the final 3 outs.
That age manager.
Yeah, well, that is so
shot of Kevin Cash.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The 2-1 into right center field and over there for Garcia. Rays win it. Cabrera skies to right. A run in the 9th for Texas, and the Rays win this one 5-2. 5-7-0 for the Rays, who strand 5, 2-5-0 with 5 left for Texas. And the Rays pull even in the series and reassert themselves with a game lead in the top wild card spot. Back in a moment.